Hello, hello, hello. My name is Paris, and I am doing a build in public where I'm attempting to build a course using AI tools. So I'm on day 3 of this build in public, and so far I've already created basically a profile. So I've created a profile, a character description of what or who I want to build a course for. And I did this using ChatGPT 4, working here on typing mine at the moment. And so what I want to do today is I'm trying to narrow down some specific objectives that I want to work toward in building the course. In order to do that, I need to identify a problem. So that's what I'm actively working to today. And what I'm going to do here is going to actually just kind of set up my GPT-4 just in case I want to use it there. I've got my chat hub ready if I want to do some comparison searches as well. So it's got itself ready. Claude, Bing, and Bard. Because I already got ChatGPT. All right, so I'm working with GPT 3.5 here. I've already forked over the character profile from last time, so that way I'm starting a new chat, and I have this kind of in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take that text and I'm going to put that into the system instructions for now. So I'm going to set some custom instructions. Okay, it's a little bit too long. Let's just see what we can cut out here. Let's just cut out this and see if we can get there now. All right, so maybe that's not going to work. And I'm going to make some instructions here. Act as an instructional design professional with expert opinions. Identifying an online course. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to cut this from the bottom here. Take out the hopes and desires for now, just to give us something to work with. That's fine. And so here on Typing Mind, I'm working with this space. And what I want to do is I want to break up this character description. Say, based on this character description, take on persona or now an instructional design expert. You are excellent at identifying problems that can be solved through online courses. So let's just move this over. Based on this character description, identify 5 outcomes. That would be valuable for this character. All right, let's see. I haven't used this prompt before, so I'm just going to see what happens. Oops, and I can see that my character profile it's still on the marketing expert, so I may need to adjust that. Okay, so we've got a few problems here. Difficulty prioritizing tasks and managing time effectively. Inability to confidently communicate ideas during team meetings. Fear of making mistakes, leading to perfectionism. And then lack of self-confidence when it comes to management roles. All right, I'm going to try to change my settings a little bit. Let's see if I can. That's my profile. I don't need to change that. But what I can do. Okay, so I can't change the profile from here. I don't want it to list somewhere. Oh well, OpenAI is experiencing high demand. All right, so if it's experiencing high demand, I'm going to jump over to ChatGPT, and I'm going to see what it can produce for me. Okay, so ChatGPT here is giving me a little bit better formatting and identifying the problems. So we've got overthinking and delay, communication challenges, where our online course could be about decision-making strategies, interactive communication, embracing a growth mindset, stress, and a constant feeling of uncertainty. All right, so I like number 4 because this is something that has come up in my coaching sessions recently as well. It's like that whole feeling of uncertainty can actually make people start to overthink. With the coming of the end of the year, there's, wondering if their contract's going to be renewed or if a client is going to decide to finish up things and then kind of move on. And that means what are they going to do for the next project? So there's a lot of uncertainty facing, especially in the tech industry right now. So I'm going to choose this as what I want to follow up on. I like the problem of stress from constant feeling of uncertainty. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try to get it to build some learning objectives based on this specific problem. And what I can do is I can start to think about what objective model I want to use in order to apply it to that. So let me try to see, okay, what are some misconceptions that this character may have about the topic. Create a bulleted list with one sentence ideas. So I'm trying to create some constraints so it doesn't, just start to blabber on too much. Let's see if it works. All right, so there we go. So some of the misconceptions, this will be useful for drawing in concerns about the course and whether it's actually going to be useful. So we've got misconception, stress is always negative and should be eliminated. Stress is unnecessary. Now let's narrow it down. Which misconceptions best match the problem of overthinking in times of uncertainty? And now it's giving me some choices of how it's going to respond. There we go. I like this one here. Some of the misconceptions here. Oh, both of these are not bad. Like more information always reduces stress and uncertainty. Uncertainty is a sign of lack of planning. If you're good at your job, you shouldn't feel uncertain. So I'm going to go with this one here on response 1. So now we've got some general misconceptions, and then we've kind of narrowed it down to these best 4 misconceptions. And I'm going to actually try to see if I can apply. Let me look at my notes here. Because I want it to actually apply so I can set up some learning objectives to match this and address the misinformation. So basically, let me think about it for a second. So Ragley's elaboration theory might be a good way to set some objectives. So because it's about structuring and organizing knowledge that will support the learners kind of building on what they already know. And so I'm going to actually tell it to do that. Use Wrigley's elaboration theory to create 4 learning objectives that will be used in a course that helps this character. So let me go back up here. Gain skills in managing stress and uncertainty. So I'm just going to copy that. And there we we go. Now we've built a prompt that is going to tell it to apply theory for instructional design to create objectives for this course. And I've narrowed it down to 4 objectives because I don't want the course to be super long, but I want it to kind of hit the key points. All right, and so here are some actual objectives that we can work with, understand. I don't like the word understand, so they're going to be able to define stress. So that's the good action word there. And identify common sources, personal stressors. They're going to have basic stress management and reduction techniques when they have uncertainty facing them, and then advanced strategies for long-term well-being. So that would be kind of the basic thing. I just want to test it out and see what it would do if I said use, let's change it up. So I'm just going to change this up and say use Bloom's taxonomy just to see which one is better. And so this will be structured in terms of Bloom's taxonomy, which is a higher order of thinking, going from the lower order thinking skills to the higher order thinking skills. So we're getting up to the area where they can evaluate. So here we go. Identify and list the common psychological symptoms of stress. Yes. Explain the concept of eustress, and then demonstrate that use of stress techniques such as breathing and progressive muscle relaxation can help in these scenarios, and then critically assess personal stress triggers. And so this builds on their knowledge and understanding of how to identify the symptoms, but then also understand that there's different types of stress, and then show with actual examples that these techniques can be used to relieve the anxiety around uncertainty. So that's actually not bad. And then let's just see what happens. I'm just going to do this because I'm actually happy with the Bloom taxonomy. So I'm going to say something everybody knows, SMART objectives. All right, so I don't like how it broke it down with for the SMART, but I just wanted the objective itself. So basically identify the practices, 3 stress management techniques, okay, for combating uncertainty, learn to recognize early signs of overthinking, good, and Jack will apply this decision-making framework to 2 real-life scenarios. That's actually not a bad objective either. So the cool thing is that we have the chats here. We can rotate through them. And what I'm going to do is take some screenshots of these objectives, and then I think I'll post about them on Twitter just to see what people think.